this one and see what we get. I believe you can see my screen now. Okay, just a bit more. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
I believe in the last class, we've done listening enabling skills. We started from the word listening. And like I always say when we're having GS101, that the whole GS101 course is to expose you to how to listen and how to read. Two things will be done in this material. This 240 something pages we are seeing is only going to teach you two concepts. The first concept is how to listen effectively. When you are in a meeting, when you are in a seminar, in a lecture, or wherever you are, that you need to listen. You learn how to listen effectively
GST101.
with attention, and the time that does you know that there are different type of listening. There is one that requires deep attention, the one that does not require. Please mute yourself. That person calling Ayo, mute yourself, please. So that was the idea we passed in the last class. We started with the definition of listening. So I think we need to quickly recap that before we move into another thing today. So we started with who is a listener and why must we listen? So we are going to answer these two questions before we can say that we've recapped last class. So who is a listener? Obviously, everybody is a listener in one way or the other. So long you are a human, you have ears, you need to listen. So who is a listener now? A listener is anybody who is capable of listening to anything said and possibly participate in what he listened to and what is demanded to be done. Now, this definition is giving you something deep about the meaning of listening. It means you can be hearing someone but not listening to the person. Because you say the person who can call a listener will be able to participate. That is the meaning of that participate in what he listened to. And then what is demanded to be done. The person will be able to do it. So if I am to be talking to you now, probably we are meeting on the road and I'm saying, maybe I'm just saying something near you. You may be hearing me, but not listening. So if I to ask you, what did I say? Or what did I ask you to do? There is a possibility that you will not know what I've said because you were not listening. You were only hearing me. The hearing is just like a sound, something just making noise around you. But you are not attentive. Your mind is not there. To listen, your mind must be there. So the definition of a listener is anybody who is capable of listening to anything said and possibly participate in what he listened to and what is demanded to be done. You don't need to cram this one. It's very simple. Anybody who is capable of listening. But there are so many things we have to, point out in the definition of a listener. The first thing is the capacity to listen. So I will only qualify to be called a listener if I have listening capacity. And I don't know who can explain that to us? We've done that in the last class, but let me engage you guys so that it will not just be a lecture method. So who will try? What does it mean that the person must be capable of listening? Let's break down the definition of a listener. We will not waste time on this today because we've done it before. I should have just said you guys should go and watch the first class recording. Yes, who want to try? What does it mean that a listener must have the capacity to listen? The capacity to listen. Someone should mute and contribute. Or you guys want me to start calling names like we used to do? Akinwole, is it Sukurat or something? Is that person still there? Like that person has run away. Obichi Naza. What does it mean that a listener must have the capacity to listen? Unmute yourself and speak. What does it mean that a listener is anybody who is capable of listening? Capable of listening. Yes? Do we have people here like this? Obichi Naza is not there. Okay, anybody? What does it mean that a listener is capable of listening? It's not something hard.
He has the ability to listen, comprehend, listen, and comprehend to whatever is being said, analyze it, and have if listening has to do with receiving information and passing information.
Okay, thank you very much. What this is trying to say is that if at all I will qualify as a listener, I must have something to listen with. So if we are to talk of me being a listener now, it automatically means that I have ears. That is what they're trying to say. So I'll be able to listen only because I have ears through which the information can pass through. Excuse me. So don't worry, you will get there when we start breaking it down now. A listener is anybody who is capable of listening. That is the first thing. This person must have ears, must be able to listen. And then possibly participate in what he listens to. What you require for all this, we will later break them down. So I don't think we should dwell much on this. We've done this in the last class. Just go and watch the recording. But let me quickly do a short summary. That's a listener is anybody who is capable of listening to anything said and possibly participate in what he listened to and what is demanded to be done. And then why do we listen? We listen because listening is a day-to-day activity. That is a short answer. When you see it in the exam, that is the option you have to choose. Why do we listen? Option A, option B, and C. You will see them there. The option that say we listen because listening is a day-to-day activity. That is a short answer. So you can't run away from listening. You are going on the road, you hear different kind of things. You're at your place of work, you have to listen to different things. In the house, you have to listen. So every day, your day is evolving around listening activities. You have to listen in one way or the other. So the reason why we have to listen is that we listen because listening is a day-to-day activity. And of course, we've done listening enabling skills in the last class. So please watch that video because that is not what we are supposed to be dwelling on today. And we use something to hold this together that day. Let me see if I can use maybe Notepad or MS Word to do this. So the way we formed it that day was we use FC AAA to hold it. That is FC AAA to hold the listening enabling skills. We have 5 of them. Listening enabling skills. According to your material, you are given 5. And the first one is functioning ears. And that is the first thing mentioned in the definition of a listener. That a listener is anybody capable of listening, which means the person must have a functioning ears. Or sorry, functioning ears rather. The person must have functioning ears before the person can qualify to be a listener. So what we are trying to look at here is that let's assume that we want to use something to hold the 5 listening enabling skills in our heart so that we will not need to cram it. So we use the word FCAAA like this. So we can now say that F equals to what? Can you guys just remind me now? Yeah? Is it correct? Please unmute yourself. Let's interact. This is a class. It's not a lecture of a thing or so.
Yes, it's correct.
We are trying to hold the listening enabling skills. What this means is that the skills you will need in order to be able to listen. So if I want to be a listener now, I have some skills I must have. One of them is function, or the first one. The thing is, you don't only need to know them. You must know them in this order. Because the way now you used to ask questions on them is that they will ask you that the third listening enabling skill is what? So it's not just good enough that you know them like this. You know them randomly. You must know them orderly in the way they are listed here. So the first listening enabling skill is functioning ears. The second one is concentration, which means if I'm to listen, for instance, I'm under a lecture or a seminar, and I want to listen to that seminar or lecture. The first thing required of me is to have functioning ears. Once my ears are functioning, then something else will come in. I must concentrate on that lecture or on that seminar. If my concentration is missing, even if I have functioning ears, I will still not listen. So listening starts with functioning ears, which is capacity to listen. Then it moves further to concentration. That concentration was the one mentioned in the definition of a listener in the part that said possibly participate. Your participation in what someone is saying requires your attention, your concentration. So you must concentrate on that person and what the person is saying in order to be able to participate in what that person is actually dissipating to you. So now, the C represents concentration. The third one is ability to think along with the speaker. So, as the speaker is maybe probably teaching you how to make something you don't know before, the person is teaching you probably how to make soap, liquid soap or so. So your mind is following. What they mean by you are thinking along with the speaker is you are following the person back to back. Like probably you are expecting what the person is about to even say. Your mind is following the person. What the person is thinking about that topic is also going on in your own mind. Some of you that are Christians and attend churches, you experience this almost every Sunday. Ability to think along with the speaker. You bring that seminar into your experience. So what the person is saying, you are linking it with things that relate to you. You are thinking along with the speaker. That will lead you to something. When you are thinking along with the speaker, which is the third listening enabling skill, it's going to lead you to the fourth one. When you are thinking along with the speaker, something happens to you. You will be anticipating what the person will say next. Like you'll be expectant. Like, okay, what will this person say next after this? You that, for instance, you are jotting down. And your mind is thinking along with the speaker. So, as the speaker is saying a word, that word is already on your jotter. You are just waiting for the next thing to be said. So, you are anticipating what will this person say next. In fact, in that anticipating, there are sometimes that you yourself, you would have written what the person is likely to say next, and it will be correct because you are thinking along with the speaker. You are anticipating what the speaker will say next. So you don't even need to wait till the speaker says it. Sometimes from you following the man back to back or the woman back to back, you will know that this should be the next word that will follow what this person is saying. So that is ability to anticipate the speaker, what the speaker is about to say. Then the last listening enabling skill is ability to note important signposts that keep the listening activity going. We have signposts like firstly, most importantly, furthermore, however, perhaps, in other words, so and so on and so forth, a continuation, beforehand. So you know all those connecting devices, they are important signposts when someone is speaking. So when you hear someone say, most importantly, you should know that whatsoever the person is trying to say after that word is going to be very vital to that seminar. So that is ability to note important signposts that keep the listening activity going. So we have 5 of them. Now we've talked about them superficially now. So now let's go to trying ourselves. The F represents functioning ear. What does C represent?
Concentration.
Thank you. Concentration. All right. The first A.
Ability to think along with the speaker.
Think. The second A. Is it only one person that is here? The second A is what?
Ability to anticipate what the speaker is about to say.
Ability to anticipate. Oh, sorry. What is this? What did I press now? You guys should come and help me. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm on. So, ability to stop this now, Biko. I'm coming, hold on. Okay, think along. Now, what? Now you sabi. Ability to think, no, to anticipate. What the speaker is about to say. Okay, the last one, the last A is what? The last A is what? Are we there? You guys are not interacting at all today. Like you are not ready for the class. What was the last A? Can you guys hear me? Nobody knows now. You don't want to talk. We just finished treating it now. Less than 2 minutes ago. Important signpost. You guys don't remember important signpost. When I give several examples, however, firstly, most importantly, and so on and so forth. The last A is ability to note important signpost that keeps the listening activity going. Now, those are the listening enabling skills that we have. The listening enabling skills that we have. Look at them. You have 5 of them. FC triple A. If you use that to hold it in your mind, you will be able to get it easily. The F, functioning ears, concentration, ability to think along with the speaker. ability to anticipate what the speaker is about to say, and then important signpost. So now, do something. You guys will have to read it together, starting from functioning here. Listening enabling skills, yes? Let's echo it together.
Functioning is ability to think along with the speaker,
ability to anticipate
what the
what
speaker
the
is
speaker
about
is
to
going to
say,
say,
and
ability to note important information that keep the
Our people got it. Because I don't even hear anybody.
yes, sir.
The voice was just cracking. Okay. Let's leave this and move on. This is like a repetition. The next thing we'll be doing today, sorry, this material rather, I've talked quite a lot about some of these topics, is to go to Unit 2, listening and comprehension. And what listening and comprehension means is, the synonym for comprehension is understanding, which means for you to listen and to understand. That is the meaning of listening and comprehension. It doesn't stop at listening, but you listening and understanding what you're listening to. So in this part, we are going to talk about the relationship between listening and comprehending, that is between listening and understanding, and then listening, comprehension, the factors that affect comprehension. I want someone to take the introduction for us in 2 minutes. Introduction for us in 2 minutes.
So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so the introduction, in the previous unit, we considered who a listener is, where we have to listen and listening enabling skills. Have you seen yourself as a listener? I think you are now practicing some of the enabling skills. In this unit, we are going to study the relationship between listening and comprehending. You probably are familiar with the term listening comprehension. Indeed, listening is closely related to comprehension. Listening is useless if there is no comprehension. So get ready to study the unit. You need pen, paper, and a tape recorder for the unit.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Oh, ignore that cassette. It's not important. So, relationship between listening and comprehending. Can someone try, before we read what is here, can you just tell us your own understanding of what is likely to be there under listening and comprehending? Can you just, in your own opinion, relate them together?
Okay, so if you're listening to someone talking, right, it helps you, like for example, it helps you anticipate what the speaker is about to say next. That means you actually understand where the speaker is going. So it boils down to everything you listen from the beginning. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay. Yes, yes. What is this? Please, I'm not starting that for now. Now, relationship between listening and comprehending. That is what we want to do. It's very simple. You listen to comprehend, and you comprehend what you listen to. That is the relationship between them. If I keep on, for instance, if you are an art student, let's say you are studying mass communication, and you attend a lecture where they are dealing with chemistry, everything they'll be saying there will be above your head. You will not understand. You will be listening to them, but to understand will be very hard. So, in order for me to understand what I'm listening to, there are so many factors involved One of them is that the grammar must be within my level of understanding. The vocabulary they are using must be something I'm going to be able to relate to, or something I have an idea. I must have background knowledge of what they are talking about. I must have an experience that evolves around the topic that is being treated. Otherwise, I will only be listening, I will not understand. So that is why there is a relationship between listening activity and understanding, because the main purpose of listening to someone or something, a lecture, a seminar, a program, or anything, is that you want to understand what is being done there. If there is a new concept that they want to pass to you in that meeting, in that seminar, you want to understand it so that it's going to stick in your brain and in your heart. But you won't be able to do that if you don't have some things. So those things that you must have are the ones, oh God, they are the ones we are going to talk about now. They are the ones we are going to talk about now. So, if you are asked generally that what is the relationship between, what is it called? Listening and comprehending, is very simple. The relationship is that we listen to comprehend. That means we listen to understand, and we understand what we listen to. We listen to understand, and we understand what we listen to. So, someone has given us the introduction. Thank you. But it's not completed. So complete it. This is part of the introduction.
Okay, so as you listen, you must always be ready to comprehend. Comprehension is different levels during the act of listening. Some speeches are to be comprehended superficially because the points are not too important. Some need proper attention because what is to be discussed is very important. Flexibility in the art of listening and comprehension is therefore very important.
Thank you. So I've talked at length on that one, the meaning of comprehending and then the listening. What is the relationship between them? One, you are doing one because of the other. You are listening because you want to understand. And of course, when you understand something, there is a tendency that you have listened to that thing. So that is the main thing we're picking from there. So here we say that, in fact, comprehension is more than getting all the words or expressions in a listening passage. You need more than words to comprehend. You need the general knowledge of what you comprehend. That's what I'm saying. One of the important thing you need in order to comprehend anything you are listening to is that you must have an experience or a general knowledge of that thing. So if I'm an art student and I'm attending a physics class, it's going to be totally strange to me. No matter how good the teacher or the lecturer is, there is still a tendency that I will not understand anything. Why? I don't have a general knowledge of physics. So you should know that that is one barrier to comprehension of what you are listening to. Whatsoever you are listening to, in order for you to comprehend it, the first thing is that you must have apart from you concentrating, all those ones, you already know them on how to listen, like having functioning ear, concentrating, thinking along with the speaker, anticipate what the speaker will say, and then the one of signpost. You know that one already. That is for good listening. But even if you have all those skills active in you, if what is being treated is far above your head or is something you don't have a general knowledge on, you will still not understand. So more than having listening enabling skills, you need the knowledge of what you are listening to in order to comprehend, like a general knowledge. Like now, if you are talking about fixing maybe electric bulb, you should have known what a bulb is before. You should know where the lamp holder, you know them before. You should have a general idea of what they look like, what they are before. So if somebody is teaching you the theory of how to fix a lamp on the lamp or in the lamp holder, it will be something you can relate to. As you are talking about it, your brain is thinking about it. Your brain is already creating pictures of what you already have about that knowledge that they are passing to you. So that is one. Now, the more familiar you are with the topic, the better the comprehension. This is not a lie. This brings us to the second part of our study. How can you comprehend what you listen to? Is a question. So let's see the answer. Listening and comprehension in view. So far in this unit, we stress the fact that listening is closely related to comprehension. In this section or in this action, we are going to discuss how to comprehend. In order to comprehend, you should, 1, listen attentively. We are just going back to how to listen now. Now, listen attentively. Follow the speaker. That's another thing. You follow the speaker, possess a wide range of vocabulary related to the subjects being discussed. So, if I am a mass communication student, I should have enough vocabulary. For instance, they are teaching me about television. Let's say the lecture or seminar I attended is talking about television. Then I should have enough vocabulary that talks or that will help me to understand the concept about or around television. And that one, you can do that one by making sure you learn new words every day, maybe through dictionary or through reading books. You meet or you come across any word that is bigger than you, look for the meaning, learn it by heart, start using it. That will improve your vocabulary. Now, recognize general speech pattern and major speech divisions, such as the introduction, the main body of speech, transitional clues, change of the ideas, shift of emphasis, and summary, concluding remarks, etc. This is just to tell you that when you want to give, or when you are under a seminar or a speech, you should know that a speech has several or different parts. It's not just that the person will just start talking from beginning to the end and it's just one whole long script. The person or that speech is divided into divisions. Normally, it always starts with introduction. The person will introduce the topic. And then we move to the main body that will talk about the main thing that the person wants to pass to you. And others are in the body of the speech. So, why you need to know this is, when the person has entered the main body, it needs your full attention then. So you should not be giving the attention you need for the main body of a speech to the introduction. So when somebody is still introducing the speech, you should feel like, okay, yes, I'm still waiting for the main thing. What is the main thing the person want to talk about? So if you know the division of speech like this, it helps you to know where and when to put your mind when a speaker is speaking. Now, you should put your experience of the word to bear on the topic. I've mentioned that before. Then show interest in the topic. If you don't have interest, another thing that kills comprehension, that is understanding of a speech, is that when someone is teaching you something and you are not interested, I know you guys can relate to this one. Probably, maybe in your place of work, they force you guys to attend a seminar that you are not interested in. No matter how eloquent the speaker is, since you don't have interest, the whole thing is zero. You will not understand anything because your mind is not there. Something you are not interested in. If the speaker is speaking and spitting fire, you may be pressing phone, you may be doing something else because you are not interested. That is the first thing. So, how do I understand what I am listening to? I must listen attentively. I must follow the speaker. It's not like walking after the speaker, like using your mind to follow the speaker. Just like what we said in the listening enabling skills, anticipating what the speaker will say next. That is meaning of following the speaker. Now, possess a wide range of vocabulary. Always learn new vocabularies every day to improve your vocabulary. There are so many vocabularies in the world, but try your best to learn as much as you can. Recognize general speech patterns. You should know that a speech is always divided into many divisions. So you know where to focus more on when the person is giving the speech. And then put your experience of the word to bear on the topic. That was the reason I said earlier that if you don't have any idea whatsoever about the topic that is being treated before they treat that topic, you are likely not going to understand the topic because you don't have any idea. So the last thing is you should show interest in the topic. So I want you guys to read it for yourself. The things you need to do in order to understand a speech. And that is where we'll stop today. Yes, what are the things you need to do? Read it yourself.
Listen,
It's only one person. I'm asking everybody to read it now. Unmute yourself, read it. After you finish reading, we are done with the class. Yes, 1, 2, go.
Listen attentively.
Follow
Follow the
the speaker.
speaker.
possess
A range of vocabulary related to the subject being described.
Possess a wide range of vocabulary, general speech pattern, and major speech division, such as introduction, main body of speech, transitional clause, and change of ideas, including remarks. Listen. Put your experience of the word to bear on the topic. Show interest in the topic.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending. I'll drop homework for us in the group. You guys are not really participating in the group. I don't think you need homework then. But we'll meet on Monday. Those of you that are doing GST102, I think the class is tomorrow. So let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice day.